Strong Zero brings out the worst in me when it comes to gaming.
In what way?
Okay, I trash talk so much.
That's a good thing, sir. That is a good thing.
No. See, whenever
are we talking corn level trash talk, or are you just saying nigga like every 2 seconds?
Bruh, I thought I was gonna. I really thought freaking Taito Station was gonna kick me out of the arcade.
Oh damn, you went mad DC niggerish. God damn.
Yeah, was you doing the shit? Was you doing the talking through the teeth? Were you doing the talking through the teeth at any point? Like, yeah, bitch, come on, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker.
Get your ass on the goddamn sticks right now.
I think I did. I know when I was playing oh god, okay, you know what?
Hold on, real quick. I know Eris. This came out. Piece of shit.
Son of a bitch.
See, this is where I'm bad.
You get Eris to bang that joke real quick and say piece of shit, you gotta. You know how many times with Dan I did that with Eris?
No. That's the thing. I can't do that at the arcade.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you know,
if I even touch the machine like that, they're like, "Oh no, you out."
But no, nigga, out. No, we're not doing none of that.
What's going on here?
But no. See, but here, this is how bad it was for me. I remember specifically. I think I was just finishing my drink, and I was mad because I didn't have any more. And I'm playing against my friend. Now I'm running King, and no, I take that back. I was running Brian, and he was running what's his face, Feng Wei.
Oh, that is like an interesting matchup.
It's such a stupid matchup, and the thing is, this was season 2 Tekken 7. So his orbital. His orbital is just like stupid. It breaks everything, right?
Yeah.
So every time I kept catching them with the orbital, that was my go button. It was like, okay, press this button to make me just go in.
Mm-hmm. So
as soon as I hit him with that, then I hit him with the orbital, then I hit him with down back 2, and I ended up with, I think, what was it? It was like a 7-hit combo that ended with Mach Breaker. Yeah. And his health was already down to like, I think, what was it, 60? It was like 60% was just gone, right?
Jesus.
And so the whole time I'm just screaming. I was like, "Don't let me do it! Don't let me do it! Don't let me seven golden letters, you! Don't let me do it! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! There you go! There you go!" Yes. My friends, like, look. The rest of the crew is dying right now because
Please tell me there was jumping involved. Please tell me there was jumping involved.
I don't know about jumping. I just know that everybody was back there just cracking up because my friend was getting frustrated. He was so frustrated because every time he would try to go for something, it would be like instant whiff punish with Brian. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm just throwing this out there. He tried to throw like I think it was like a sweep, and I was like, orbital, let's go. I am so obnoxious. I will tell you that right now. Give me some alcohol and let me play some Tekken, and I just get stupid.
Anyways,
hey, look, Eris, it will bring joy to you that your nephews enjoy playing Tekken and beating the living shit out of each other, but they can't do it too much because they get mad at each other, and it's because both of them are very, very fucking cheap. But
so let me ask you this question. Would it be all right if their uncle happily humbles them?
Oh yes, because I do it on a daily basis. Hey, Dad, can you play with us? You don't want to do that.
You don't want this.
Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. Because my sons have a little bit of testosterone pumping through them, and just a fraction of a bit of toxic masculinity. They think because their mom has a vajayjay that she can't play video games. Mom, play Tekken with us. Angie gets to putting feet to their faces with Warren, just running them. They crying. No, seriously. She had my sons crying. She beat their asses that bad. They keep asking to get their ass whooped. That Injustice. I do. Injustice is even worse because Injustice is like me, just like getting. You know what? You remember the second time Eris when Brian was beating. I mean, when Stu was beating the shit out of Brian.
Yeah.
Like getting real tired of you ducking me, man.
Like, getting real tired of you ducking
that
me,
level,
man.
that amount of energy right there. That's how I feel in the Injustice when I'm wiping the floor with them. I'm getting real tired of y'all asking me. Yeah, let's play. Y'all ain't getting no better.
But anyways,
get this. I'm like, get this work. Get this work.
Man. Look. Best part. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Best part though. Dad, play Street Fighter 5. Nah, you good.
You could have just called me. You should have just called me up because I'll just humble them with fucking season 1 Ryu shenanigans.
Yeah, please do. God, I gotta do that for y'all, man.
Look, D, I talk as much trash as I can about Street Fighter, but I'll still play it.
Yeah, like I said,
I don't play it no more. I lost fun for it, man. You know what I mean?
Give me 2 days back on it. I haven't played it in months, but give me 2 days back on it. I'll be back in the form again.
I mean, I might buy Poison, but even then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I'm kind of just out of it. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you.
At least Sagat has been fun to play, and
Sagat's fun to play with. Yes,
he is ridiculous.
I will admit it's fun, but I don't care for it no more.
Yeah, I mean,
Sagat's fun to play, but G is the fun one.
Yeah, G is.
I still don't have G. You know, I still haven't bought G. Yes, D is that asshole that buys them individually. You know why? Because if I ain't going to use you, why the fuck do I got to buy you?
I got arcade edition, so it's like I got everybody, so I don't really care at this point. It's like,
I went ahead and dropped money on that champion. Was it champion edition?
Yeah, champion edition. I don't know why I say arcade edition is champion edition.
I actually did want to. I'll admit that, but
I mean, it's worth the $20 extra if you already had it. So.
Yeah. Look. Yeah, you're right. Is that Yakuza for? Oh my God, $15 and you just drop it.
Anyway,
that's really what's been happening.
Actually, you know what, D? That's a good starting off point. Welcome to Pressing Buttons, everybody. So D mentioned Yakuza, and I like to say, me and D are. I got D into being a Yakuza, Yakuza stan, just like I am, and. Yakuza 5 just got announced as actually having an English voice cast, which is the first. It hasn't had an English voice cast since the first Yakuza game.
This is true.
And they're actually going with an interesting cast, which is George Takei being one of the voices of the antagonist of the game, which I think is great.
I already said it off the break. If he doesn't say "Oh my," it's a wasted opportunity of even having him there.
I know, right? I mean, you got to and stuff.
He has to say it once.
I mean, after what's funny? After Sleeping Dogs kind of proved you can do an English cast, it made sense for them to eventually do it. I feel it was inevitable for them to actually have an actual English voice cast and stuff. So I'm pretty content.
But the reason why is but just because it went over good with Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Judgment was the other game that had an English cast too as well.
But the first one was so weird. I went back and listened to it. It's not bad, but it's.
Mark Hamill as fucking fucking Matt Majima is like the best thing ever and shit. It's like yes.
I mean, yeah, but it's still just it works. It works, fam. Somebody's like, could you imagine for Yakuza 0? I was like, okay, you get that one game. Stop.
Yeah, that's all you really. Hey,
don't you do that.
The Yakuza 0 to me was the most funnest game ever because I lost my shit at the MJ fucking shenanigans, the Michael Jackson fucking mini game, and I showed Eris, and Eris was like, "Are you kidding me? They put MJ in this?" I was like, "Yeah, kind of, sort of." You kind of sort of can dance too bad, but not really bad.
Mm-hmm. I was like, when I looked at that, I was like, "Way to not get sued."
Yep.
No. For D, really for 0, I can tell you off the break for me, it was, because I like story. it was just every time this young Kazuma, Kiryu is overly gangster for a 20-year-old. He's just so. I mean, and he just straight up. He's like this. If you know how like you see those anime like he's the most manliest, most bravest man of all time. Look at him. He is so noble. It is always a moment like that with Kiryu, and you're like, oh my goodness, I love him.
My man walked around with blood on his shirt at the beginning of Yakuza 0, like nothing happened, and everybody, like when the dudes bumped into him, like, "Hey man, what you gonna do?" And they saw the blood, it was like, "Oh nah, nigga, you got it, we good."
I mean,
we good.
the suits, all that shit. Like I always tell myself, I like how it was all Japanese, but just for D, could they just play The Freaks Come Out at Night just once? That's all.
But
if I get into one American song, that will be it.
But we're here to talk about the Xbox Games Series X game showcase, which turned out to be a whole lot of meh at the end, and it sucks, unfortunately, because the big thing that came out of it that was really exciting was the Game Pass stuff. Which I feel Microsoft undersold the fuck out of the Game Pass shit more than anything else. It's like, how do you undersell that?
That sounds like the best.
No, they didn't.
You think you don't think they undersold it?
They didn't undersell it. You want to know why they didn't undersell it? Because sometime last year there was this event called E3, and they shot the load of loads when they announced what they were doing with Ultimate Game Pass that day at E3. When you brought out our Black Queen, Sarah Bond. She came out and dropped that announcement about Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep.
Everybody, including myself, went in and bought Game Pass Ultimate. They won.
Yeah.
So there was no need for them to try to continue selling this.
That is true. That is true. But what killed me was you start off with Halo Infinite, right? And I gotta be real. I finally realized the reason, as Michael said, Xbox being mediocre colored me surprised. Yeah. I started realizing the fact that I don't like Halo because their environments in those games just feel boring. And Halo Infinite, the demo they played, felt like Halo 1 with a new coat of paint.
You know what? You can say that about every Halo. For the last 3 Halos, you can say that.
He has a grappling hook now, guys. He has a grappling hook.
You know who else got it? Now, hold on. Wait. Here's the big shocker. You know who else had a grappling hook? The Doom Slayer and Doom Eternal. And it was better.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Metal as fuck too,
are you trying to say that there's comparisons, DJ Sue? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
But sir, you are you are absurd. Okay, this is as original as Dante's Inferno. I don't know why people said, "Oh, God of War clone." Where?
There's difference. There's difference, D. Dante's Inferno was actually a fun game.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Dynasty Warriors. You have fun with it. It's a lot of action.
Yeah, it was Dynasty Warriors. I did not like it. No, man.
It was pseudo God of War, but you put it this way: it was the coffee break game to get us through until like good stuff was dropping.
It benefited from the property though too, because it's Dante's Inferno. That is a famous book,
and it came. It's a famous book, and it came with an anime.
Yeah, so it benefited from having a lore around it. And it gave a reason, like, why is he out here hacking and slashing? Oh, okay, cool, fine, that works and stuff. But, like, when I saw the Halo Infinite gameplay, come to find out, it wasn't running on Xbox Series X. It was running on a fucking PC with Xbox Series X specs.
So, every other Xbox press conference events in the last 10 years?
Basically. Which, I'm not mad at it, but it's just like, okay, cool, I guess, and stuff. I mean, Halo.
To me, Halo was Halo. I really have nothing. I really have nothing negative to say. I have nothing negative nor positive to say about it. I'm not even a big.
I do it. I was like,
look. I'm not a Halo fan. I enjoy it. I enjoy it as a game, but that's really about it. That's pretty much where my enjoyment stops. I know it's a game. I recognize it's a game, and that's it.
I mean, I played. I think when I was in the Air Force, I played. I think a lot of us got sucked into the Halo 2 multiplayer. I played the fuck out of that shit. But after that, I was just like, I don't care anymore.
Halo
To
was
me-
fun. Halo
to-
had its fun to me. It really did have its fun in the early Xbox years for me. That's really where it was.
Because to me, there is only one first-person shooter that will forever have my attention, and that's Battlefield 4.
Yeah, Battlefield is like fun.
I'm not even talking about Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5
It's
because yuck.
4. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is and stuff. But the biggest thing about that is, and I'm just gonna bury the lead. So at the end of the showcase, they premiered Fable, and I'm just looking at like, oh Fable, oh joy, oh fucking
Like, are we
joy.
finally getting that Fable sequel that I'm guessing about 6 people asked for after Fable
They've been
2?
chasing the dragon with fucking Fable since was it Fable 3 that failed?
Since Fable 3.
Yeah, Fable 3. That's
If you really want to know the truth,
and that just
Fable
goes to
2.
show you. That just goes to show you how much I was paying attention to Fable. I forgot 3 even exists.
3,
Dude.
woo!
Here's the thing you need to know. Fable 2 was they've been trying to chase that high since then.
Mhm.
Because they're like, oh, that's at least half of what the fuck we want. But you know what? We can make it more convoluted and fuck up the graphics while doing it.
Yeah,
That just goes to show you. That just goes to show you what happens when you try to push. You're trying to push a. Sorry. That just goes to show you what happens when you try to push a Dreamcast game that was released on Xbox.
yeah.
It really felt that way. It really felt like, oh man, we can make white people's
Hey, what's up,
Fantasy Star.
I mean, and then like somebody else pointed out, so they premiered, and I don't hate it, Forza Motorsports, which I'm like, well, yeah, if you have to showcase your graphics, you give us a driving game.
Forza, nah, nigga, Forza.
Forza.
It's Forza.
No, they're doing this again.
Forza.
They're doing this again. Forza Motorsport.
What's the difference between Forza Motorsports and the other
Can we
Forza?
just come up with a title? Can we come up with a title and can we just add a number? What is so hard with that?
Because you have to not distinguish.
I don't think you
with a number.
understand it, Eris. There's a new Forza coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
I don't think you get it.
No,
It's
I'm
a
well
new
aware.
one, my nigga.
I'm well aware that there's a new Forza. What I am asking about is the naming convention. Why is it called just Forza Motorsport? That is what it was called when it first came out.
Well, you know,
and brother, I understand that, but the new one is coming out.
Well, it's like when they gave us Modern Warfare 2019. It's like, why don't you just say Modern Warfare?
All right, I got a question though. Who's getting?
Go ahead, Dave.
How big is that fan base? I'm not even trying to be as smart as. How big is that fan base?
It's the same fan base that like look, last racing game that's non-arcade that I played, no bullshit, was Gran Turismo 4. Right?
Yeah, I know. Everybody likes. I get Gran Turismo.
Forza fan base is the same. It has a fan base because when Gran Turismo went on a hiatus for a long ass damn time, it did. I don't even count Gran Turismo Sport as a game because that was just something that happened and nobody gave a fuck. Forza ruled the roost in terms of like simulated arcade type racing games. So there's a fan base for it.
Well, CJ, look, just like you said, there's a fan base for it. It's that same argument can be had about God, what was that game? I was just thinking. Oh yeah, Need for Speed. Let's go ahead and keep this. I'm gonna keep this a full buck. Even with the new Need for Speed that came out,
it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but
it looks good. It looks good.
It looks good, but I'm just gonna keep it a full buck. EA, y'all last really good Need for Speed was Most Wanted back in 2005.
About to say Need for Speed Black or some shit like that.
Nope. Black Edition as they call it.
Black Edition.
Oh my god!
I would go so far as to say Carbon, and even then, that's a stretch.
No, I did not like Carbon.
No, here's the thing. I'm gonna say Carbon will be the last good one, and I say good as in potential, and it was something to build off of before EA stopped giving a crap.
Yeah, just
you know what I mean. And it's kind of funny.
The problem was that they kept trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
it's kind of funny, Chris, when you look at it. That same thing can be said about Madden at that time.
Mhm.
Everybody said the last good Madden was 2012, and
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
I'll
and here's me, that was a piece of shit. And it's like, I know, right?
I mean, yeah.
That's how it feels
You know
for
what?
Carter.
Wait,
That's
I
how
gotta-
it feels for Carter.
I gotta chime in on something, Nico. I hear you. I hear you with Hot Pursuit, but to me, Hot Pursuit is in that same bed as The Run.
Yeah. It's fun for a short time, and then it's just like, yeah, I don't care.
Who tried to sell me? That wasn't you, Eris.
Nope.
It wasn't
Who
me
tried
either,
to sell
because
me on that? I like how you just say,
not me.
Like, don't even look over here.
Don't look at me, man.
Somebody tried to sell me on that game.
Hey, I oversell a lot of things. I oversell a lot of things, but Need for Speed, no dice.
Nah, bro.
No. I know somebody tried to sell me on that game. Whatever. No big
Okay,
deal.
so again, the next game was the Hellblade 2, which again, no gameplay, just Ninja Theory showing the trailer, and I'm like, that's cool. You guys are pushing a lot of Unreal 5 engine in your trailers. This is
Microsoft.
Hey,
cool.
No, I'm
lay
sorry.
that dick down, nigga.
No, I'm throwing this out there not only to Microsoft, but to every video game developer out there. Can we please, for the love of God, stop it? The Oscar bait trailers are overdone.
Oh! I was about to get to that in a minute.
I'm so over it. I'm super over these Oscar bait trailers. Just stop it. Not a stitch of gameplay was shown.
But
I mean,
that's supposed to get me hype to pre-order this game. You know what? Here's the thing. Do video game companies look behind their back when at any of the games that they bring out and say, you know, there was no need to bring that out, you know, pre-order because nobody bought the game like that anyway. It's so there's no need to make these $1 million budget on trailers with zero gameplay and just us coming because some celebrities in it, or like, I don't know, whatever character is back in it, and we go, oh!
Let me tell you something. I saw that trailer they showed the trailer for that game. Tell Me Why. Look, I like Life is Strange too, but goddamn, man, like, I get it. You hit it, like you said, Oscar bait trailer for Tell Me Why, and it's like, oh, so Life is Strange, and you're doing like, okay, cool, I guess, and stuff, and it's you know, it's supposed to be. There's an audience for it, obviously. I'm not gonna knock it and stuff, but me, I'm just
I can tell you this, CJ. I had a bingo sheet.
If there was a drinking game, alcohol poisoning would be through the roof.
No. It's not even, I was not going to torture myself with a drinking game. I just had a bingo sheet. For every trailer that dropped that showed, you know, that didn't show gameplay, I just marked it off. I had First of all, how do I get bingo how do I get bingo 3 times?
I mean,
I got it 3 times. Just, I'm like, what was the point? What was the point?
This is supposed to get us hype, and it's supposed to get you hype to get the motherfucking pre-order.
No, look, I'm gonna say something else, and everybody.
Do you want the flat jacket? Did you want the flat jacket?
I don't. I don't care. I don't want.
Do you want to start the game with the Desert Eagle?
No, I don't.
Wanna.
That does nothing for me. That does absolutely nothing for me. What I'm tired of is how can you do this? Like, how many times do we have to see these trailers as like how many times are we going to do these games where they're going to show off a trailer, show off all this high level CG stuff, no gameplay in sight, and then what makes it worse, not even a release date, no release date at the end. So guess what? Guess what, CJ? As far as I'm concerned, none of these games exist.
How is it that I'm more excited for Psychonauts 2 and that had gameplay? And I played the first Psychonauts, so I'm in that class of being excited, obviously, for it.
Nico, I'm not doing that. A shot for each
game.
shot for each trail.
Again, alcohol poisoning. You're trying to get him killed. We're going to be down a geek because you're trying to get him killed. You don't do that.
I'm not doing it.
And if he does die, then you're taking his fucking place, Nico. I'm telling you right now.
No, that's not happening because, first of all, you can't replace this.
I know, but I'm just saying. This is things and stuff. But I'm excited for fucking Psychonauts 2. And I'm probably going to get it on PC. I'm not getting an Xbox Series X. Who the fuck am I?
Hey, CJ, that's the best part. Every last one of those games that was shown, they're all multiplats. They're all coming out on the Xbox Series X. They're coming out on Xbox One, and they're being released on PC.
But Sue, are you excited for Tetris?
Oh my God, the Tetris
with bright colors.
Yeah, more bright colored Tetris. First of all, there was this thing called Tetris Effect that came out years ago. It was a lot of fun. Soundtrack was awesome, and then there was Tetris 99, and now they're giving us, which is also great. Not sure exactly how to feel about another Tetris that you can play together with competition. To me, this is like, hey, we're gonna take this concept that came from a game way back in the 90s called Super Puzzle Fighter, where you can like move each other's puzzles on top of each other. Oh, which also got copied again in a little game, called Luminous.
Luminous is fun.
I love Luminous. Don't get me wrong. Music in that game on point. Gameplay great.
I mean, it's but also you have another game, Medium, which I call Miss Alan Wake.
See, you call him okay. Now hold on. You call look. You call Medium Miss Alan Wake. Oh my God, we had a title for it. I think we called it. No, I remember. I think it was like the Misadventures of Karen.
Bruh.
That's what the Medium was like.
No. Jokes aside,
in the spirit world.
Jokes aside, the game does look interesting. I will admit that.
That's the only game I'm interested in from this week. I mean, from yesterday's event. Medium was the only one I was interested in.
It does look like I thought it was going to be like because I was streaming this game called Control. I thought it was from the same company. Apparently, it's not. But it does look interesting. You can split yourself into like a nightmare world and the regular world. I'm like, all right, that looks interesting and stuff. All right, cool.
I don't know about you, but I got instant DMC flashbacks where you are in the real world and then you're in limbo.
Yeah. Then we got Phantasy Star Online 2. I don't really care.
Don't care.
I saw the Sega thing and I'm like, okay, this could be interesting. Oh shit, it's Phantasy Star.
It's Phantasy Star. It is Phantasy Star with a new expansion, and I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that looks interesting. Thing. Don't care.
You know what?
I genuinely don't care.
When you literally told me, don't download Phantasy Star Online 2, and I saw other people. Look, folks. I'll just say this: you'd be better off spending your money playing Final Fantasy 14 versus playing Phantasy Star Online 2.
The problem with Phantasy Star Online 2, and this is by far the biggest problem with it, they waited too long to release that game over here.
Yeah. Nico said the best. PSO2
like, it's trash.
Trash. You know what? I think it's because there are other games that have just done it better than it. Because you remember Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast, that was the killer app. Like, if you had an online connection,
bro,
oh man, it was the greatest thing ever and stuff.
You know how many people ran out after the Dreamcast died off and bought the broadband modem for the Dreamcast just so they can get rid of the 56K modem?
You guys are the best. Never stop. Thanks, Sir Abe. Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, I remember when you brought the Dreamcast to school, right? I want folks to understand this. DJ Sue bought a Dreamcast to school and he was like the greatest person ever and shit. Hot shit. Like, oh man, I got a Dreamcast. And he's looking, hey guys, CVS won. Let's play this, guys. I'm so great. I'm like, I hate you, Aris. I hate you. I didn't get a Dreamcast until I graduated fucking high school, and by then the fucking shit was dead. Goddamn, like
no. See.
Uh-oh. Did you freeze? Don't tell me you froze. No. I don't even know why they waited so long for it, though. To be honest. Hold up. Did you freeze? Oh no! No! He froze. Ah, gay. No.
Nope, sorry about that.
Okay, all right, cool. But
Anyway,
yeah.
I was saying that you were in that same boat with everybody else drinking the Kool-Aid, and they were like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna wait for the PS2. The PS2 is gonna be the best thing ever." Meanwhile, Dreamcast is pumping out game after game after game of greatness. PS2 comes out, and what did I see? Fantavision and Tekken Tag.
I mean, look, my parents bought me a PS2, so I was fortunate. But like I said, I saved up money for that Dreamcast. So when I got it, when we graduated, I was like, yes, I'm part of the people that I got the arcade perfect games now. Yes. And then it's like, hey, Dreamcast is dead. Son of a bitch. So, but to Sue's credit, he hooked me up with some games for the Dreamcast, so I was happy with that. I was grateful for that and stuff.
To this day, you still have that copy of MVC2 with like the greatest New York hip hop background stages music ever.
Look, I bought it. He hooked me up with that. I got Project Justice. I got Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Like I got Guru Mark of the Wolves. Dude, the crown jewel of my Dreamcast is literally the fucking Street Fighter 3 that comes with New Generation and Double Impact. That's like a rare game because you can
that game
find
is
that
rare.
shit.
I'm glad I still got my original.
Real talk. You know how everybody say you became somebody's friend because they gave something to you or some shit. Me and Eris always hit it off. We were cool at this time, but he gave me CVS2. That was different.
First off, to be given CVS2
because you know why?
It's like being gifted Jesus.
Wait,
no, you want to know why? You want to know why? This is D's warped fucking mind because I put on a lot of show like I'm hood. I'm not that hood. Not at all. I'm a nice guy. I'm a bitch. You could probably whoop my ass, whatever. But
CD, you just buried yourself, man. You could have just been looking tough.
Look, I just spent it enough. Niggas' guards are down, and I just start stabbing the shit. Yeah, they say I want to use the weapon, motherfucker. But look, the point is, it's so funny because there's one thing that has stuck with me for the rest of my life is if you do some nigga shit, if you do some mad niggerish shit, I like you. Made that so bad niggerish to me was this because I was like, nigga, this is a regular CD. He said, no, D, let me explain to you how this works. All I have to do is burn it inside all Dreamcast, which, by the way, Eris, Dreamcast was the first console that I bought with my own money. I was very proud of that shit.
I just told Sue that same thing. I was like, yep, saved up my money for mowing lawns. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Nigga, McDonald's, working at McDonald's for me. Real talk, I talk mad shit about the Dreamcast because every time somebody's like, oh, the Dreamcast, I'm like, yeah, that was a magical 4.5 weeks y'all ruled the roost. Like, I make fun of that shit. But I love the Dreamcast. I absolutely love the Dreamcast. But anyway, like you explained to me, hey D, because it already got it in there, all you gotta do is wait for it to boot up. I'm gonna show you how to do that shit. He showed me how to do it. In the back of my mind, the little nigga was suitling, said, yo, that nigga from the hood, I like him, man. He man, that nigga was trying to come over here, nigga. Hey man, do me a favor, man. Make this shit for me, cuz. Yeah. Hey Mo, make this shit for me, Mo. Yeah.
Like it didn't. Hold on, it did not do.
That's mad niggerish to me, yo. You found a way to pirate games in high school. High school.
No, D, didn't that make it worse though? When you was like, "Hey, yo, make me a copy." I was like, "Make you a copy?" I just opened up. No, I literally ripped open the CD book, and you just saw game after game.
Let me tell you folks a story.
And this nigga, thank you for this day because it's still one of my favorite games. This motherfucker had to sell me on fucking Project Justice. I didn't like rival schools like that. He was like, my nigga, you need to shut the fuck up. And look, I'm gonna let you borrow this one. I was actually gonna sell this to somebody. This hustling ass nigga.
Let me tell you something. This motherfucker, before we continue on the Xbox, this guy rolls into I think it was like actually it was one of those we had to standardize testing, right? So basically we're in first period for like goddamn like 4 hours.
It was
right?
It was like 4 hours.
This dude comes in there with a Dreamcast. Mr. Lucky didn't give a shit. He was like, I don't care if y'all want to play it, cool, right? This dude got the Dreamcast. I'm like, cool. He might have some couple of games. This motherfucker brings out the fucking CD case and shit. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, whoa, how many games you got here? Whoa, sir.
Wow.
Cracked it open. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. How many games you got?
Look at it. I'm just saying, man. Look at the flex on this nigga, man.
This dude was flexing on everybody. Even the popular kids was like, nigga, how do you have all these games? Your parents rich?
And I'm like, don't worry about that.
Yo, DJ Sue, if nothing else, real talk, is a cocky motherfucker.
Here's the thing. But here's the wild part. Pirates Dreamcast games, but still supporting Dreamcast by buying the actual physical copies. It's like it's a double. It's like, all right, cool.
My defense for that is you can't say nothing. I bought it.
It's like Capcom's will be like, we'll sue you. I bought the game. What the fuck you talking about? All right.
I'm like, hey, real copy is over there. I keep it over there for preservation reasons. Leave me alone.
I was just so mad that to do it the PlayStation way was so long-winded.
Oh, it was.
You had to buy a spring.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was the spring before they finally decided to do the you could do the magic swap.
Hold on. Before the magic swap became, I guess, mastered. Yeah. Remember, I think both of you guys came to my house and I said, "Hey y'all, check this out." Because you noticed that my PS2 was different. I hit the button on top of it, and the lid flipped open. And this was like a fat one. It was a fat PS2.
Yep.
I had the lid that flipped open. I put in the Swap Magic CD, and we're sitting here playing Tekken 5.
Bro, this guy had everybody. He had the exclusive Tekken 5 before he hit the States, and everybody was like, "You got Tekken 5?" and just went straight to his house and shit.
Dude, I had people coming to my house. No, this is how bad it was. We'll get back to the Xbox stuff. But this is how bad it was, CJ. You remember this? I think you told people that I had the game, and I had people showing up at my house that never came to my house.
I want you to show. Here's how I show our age. I told Eris this on AOL chat. That's how old we are.
And shout out. And what made it worse is I think you gave me a heads up or something. You was like, yeah, I think I told Demetrius. Shout out to our boy Hellspawn.
Yeah, it was by accident because I think we were talking on AOL chat, and I think I mentioned that I came from your place and we were playing Tekken 5. He's like, whoa, time out. How the hell you play Tekken 5? I was like, oh shit. And I was like, we played Tekken 5, and that's why I called. I was like, yeah, Sue, you might get a visit from Matt and Sean and Demetrius for Tekken 5. So,
and I was like, for what? I remember saying that too. I was like, I was mildly disturbed at the time. I was like, for what?
No, not Tekken 5, Tekken 4. That's what it was. Tekken 4. My bad.
No. Sean was the one who had the exclusive Tekken 4 at his house.
Tekken 5. Okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I'm getting mixed up.
And when like I said, and then when they showed up, I was like, oh, Chris told y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, fine, come in. And then after that, we played the game ever since. I think that was the only time Demetrius had ever been to my house.
Yeah. But, so, State of Decay 3. Again, a trailer. Looks nice. What is the gameplay for State of Decay? Because I completely have just ignored that game series.
Okay. So the gameplay for State of Decay is like, imagine a third person Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
And with fortifying and looting and all that. That's really all State of Decay is.
Okay, because I got freaked out when the girl saw a deer eating a fucking wolf, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Dude, I think one of our friends was like, we were watching it together with another friend of ours. Shout out to JVS, Sam. And he was like, yo, is this Resident Evil 8? I was like, dude, Resident Evil 8 with a black woman as the main character? Get out of here.
I mean, we might eventually get a black woman, probably like Resident Evil 10 or some shit.
Dude, thanks to Resident Evil 5, we will never get another black female protagonist in the Resident Evil game.
Hey, I will gladly take Sheva, and I will ride that shit to the ground.
Look, CJ, I have no problem with Sheva, but there are so many people who hated her. Mainly,
Why? I don't know. It's not like she was
No.
fucking annoying or anything.
it wasn't that she was annoying. People just hated her because the AI that controls her was as dumb as a brick.
Yeah, the Chris AI is just as fucking dumb as Shepard. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Look, Chris. Look, put it this way: Elena from Street Fighter 3 has a bigger hive.
It's true. It's true.
What he's trying to say. That's really getting at.
But so we got State of Decay. Destiny 2, which I'm gonna be real. I don't fucking like Destiny 2. I played it for a month, didn't care for it, and I was like, how can anybody play this and be so on this high of Destiny? That shit. Say what you will about fighting games, but there is a bit of variety and fun in that. I don't get any fun in playing these type of looter games. I don't. I tried.
I don't.
I'm good.
Like
I didn't care for it myself.
Like I get Fortnite if you hopped in that community early. Yeah, I get that. But outside of that, it doesn't really work to me, man. But look, it's so funny. My son keep on begging me, Dad, put it on there. We're gonna play it. I was like,
Destiny 2?
Yeah, I was like, nah, man, y'all got Star Wars. And they was like, hold on. Here's the fun part. Yeah, we got Star Wars. 4 weeks later. Duck. I don't want to play that game no more, Dad. Why? That thing broke, man. Dad, the game still broke, Dad. The game still broke, Dad. My other son, Tay, I don't know what you talking about, man. He mad because he died all the time.
I mean, you know what?
Look, guess what? I ain't heard the word Destiny since then. I hate that game. I wish I could just delete it off my fucking I wish I could delete it out of my library. I really wish I could.
I took that shit off and I was like, I'm not touching this game ever. Period. Because that game was
so
just
hyped.
And you got bored with it way quicker than I did. I think you played it for 2 days. It's like I'm done.
Chris, I played a total of 12 hours.
So that's almost a week, maybe. And just to set the tone, D had a Dora Milaje character, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to do this," and he's like,
I'm
done.
It was about 3-4 days.
I played through the story,
and I
it's
sat
like,
there and grinded. That was like one of the few times I remember it's so funny because anybody look at my thing, it's always going to be like the show or FIFA or whatever little sports game, right? Bird out of nowhere was like, "Hey D, you playing Destiny?" Like, yeah. Wait a minute, you knew I was playing Destiny? Yeah, because you always playing sports games. Something different showed up. It shocked me. Hold on. The best part about that, like, yeah, man, yeah, I was playing Destiny. That shit's some garbage, bro. Why you playing?
I mean, look, more power to people that do it, but I couldn't do it.
I can't.
Like,
no, bro. I
can't.
I spent way too many hours in that game, and I was like, I can't get them back. Fuck you. No, I'm done.
I got a question for y'all. Out of everything that I saw that nearly put me to sleep, the most interesting and probably most original game was Everwild.
Yeah, it looked interesting and stuff. Again, it's a fucking trailer, so I don't know what the goddamn trailer is going to be.
And that's the bad part about that. That looked interesting, but it was like you said, it was a trailer.
And that right there took effort. Because while everybody else can just throw out the super polished CG graphics that will never translate well into actual gameplay, they never translate into actual gameplay. They never look as good. So by getting this game, first of all, that wasn't even a trailer. That was an art piece. Seriously, Everwild was an art piece. And I was just mad that there was no release date. I'm like Microsoft, I'm interested. I want to get invested in this. This looks good. This looks amazing.
Okay, you think that's amazing, Eric? So guess what? Halo is coming out
Yo,
Oh my
that
God.
that Halo
Dude.
gonna be fire, bro.
It's gonna be awesome. Look,
Hey, guess what,
5
kids?
stars
Let me
automatically.
tell you something. I like how Microsoft was like, "You like your JRPGs? We're gonna give you Dragon Quest XI for the first time on Xbox." I'm like, "Yeah, it's too bad I already
Drop
beat that."
that
Everybody-
game on you. That's
Everybody
the way
on
they would take
Sony,
it, yeah.
everybody on Sony and Nintendo's like, "Yeah, we already played that game like 2 years ago, so that's cool, guys. You finally joined
Man,
the JRPG
You want to
train."
talk about
Yay!
some? You want to talk about some Internet Explorer speed ass niggas, man? It be killing me. Because no, for real. I will never. It always happens. Hey, yo, such and such is on Xbox on live for free. All the PlayStation niggas. We had that like a year ago, bro. Wow, what the fuck?
Well, it's like
Damn, y'all just now getting that shit?
Hey,
Man, y'all
you know-
get look, best response I got for anybody. So y'all get that 2, y'all get 2 a month, right? Yeah, we get 2 a month. Damn, man, y'all get anything else for like like that. And that's all right. Yeah. Just leave Xbox, bro. Nobody gonna judge you. Fuck you, nigga. Halo.
Well, it's like when Xbox.
No. Fuck you, nigga. Gears, and he spit on my foot. It's on PC too, nigga. Fuck you.
I mean, it's like it's like when the Xbox have. And again, we're not telling. We ain't taking the piss out of people that own the Xbox, but it's like when the Xbox people finally got Tekken on there for the first time. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love Tekken." Hey, welcome to fucking 7 games in. You finally got a goddamn Tekken game. Woohoo!
Yo, man, my man, I had my friend. He immediately said, "Yo, look at Tekken and look at controller. That shit don't even look right."
Let me tell you something.
That shit looks suspect and shit. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with?
Hey, Sue's gonna remember this. Hey, Sue, remember when everybody hyped up fucking CVS 2B on the Xbox and I laughed at them like you lost your goddamn mind? Who wants to play CVS 2 on that jank ass fucking Xbox controller?
I will never forget the day. I'll never forget the day there were legit people who had an Xbox and they came. Like, I remember hearing them in the hallway talking about, "Yo, man, I got CVS 2 on Xbox. How are you playing that thing on the Duke?"
I have more. Look.
The Duke controller. That thing was not meant for it.
There was only 2 controllers that worked for CVS 2 at that time: Dreamcast and PS2. And PS2 was probably a little bit more favored because of the D-pad, but those are the only 2 games. Those are the only 2 consoles you play CVS 2 on.
Yeah, the most arcade, you know, the most arcade perfect version was
the Dreamcast.
Was the Dreamcast. PS2, good God.
Only
it was serviceable.
That Dreamcast controller can fuck itself. I hated it.
I liked it.
I hated it.
Until I saved up enough money to get the Dreamcast arcade stick, and I was like, all right.
I never even did that. I didn't even want to do it because even with my because you know why? It's actually pretty good for NBA 2K. So,
or you knew somebody that actually had a converter, or you knew somebody that had the converter for a Dreamcast to PS2 controller, and you could do it that way.
You know what? I only did that for the Switch. But anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your show. I gotta go, y'all. It's been real, man. Dragon
Quest XI is coming out on Xbox, and it's going to have like retro mode where you can switch it over to look like the OG Dragon Quest. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, all right.
They showed more stuff for Watchdog Legions and stuff, which Watchdog Legions is multi-platform. So
again, nothing for me to get excited about.
Exo Mecha, which looks interesting. You know,
yeah.
Mechs, battling creatures. That looks great.
It looked cool. I thought it was all right.
Outer Worlds, which that's multi-platform, but it's getting new DLC.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. The Outer World DLC was just kind of all right, cool. I never got into the Outer World games, so I was all right. The other game that got my attention was Ori.
Yeah, that looks. Who's the company behind that?
Moon Studios.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm waiting until I can get like the entire Ori collection, and I'll just buy it.
See that bullshit ass trailer for Avowed, and I'm like, so is this is this another? What the fuck is the name of that game? the Neverwinter Nights type
Yeah,
game.
like Neverwinter Nights.
I'm like, all right, cool. And then again, a whole lot of nothing. It's just like, oh, a sword and magic in his
a
hand. I'm like,
sword,
all right, cool.
like a sword, a flaming hand, and an opening of a like of a stone wall. Like, that whole time I was like, eventually we're gonna see some gameplay. Avowed.
Nothing. No,
That's it. Title. Like title. We're done.
I was just sitting there like, all right, cool.
Like,
So
why do you do this video game? Why?
Grounded. I actually think that's going to be interesting because somebody dubbed it the Honey I Shrunk the Kids simulator.
It is. It's a Honey I Shrunk the Kids simulator with with some Fortnite mixed in.
It could be interesting.
Yeah, basically it's Honey I Shrunk the Kids and Fortnite.
Yeah. As Dusk Falls, another artsy type game and stuff. It has like a watercolor style art to it and stuff like that. Looks interesting. Again, no gameplay, but
Yeah, As Dusk Falls I thought was interesting.
Yeah, but that was really it because Halo they blew the load on Halo Infinite. Am I missing?
No, you're missing some other stuff. Was a GSC Game World announced Stalker 2.
Oh shit, that's right. Yep.
They announced Stalker 2. There was another game that was also announced.
Gunk.
The Gunk. I thought that was interesting. I'm like, the Gunk, huh? All right. Bold move. Let's see if it works out for him.
See where this goes, Cotton. Warhammer 40K, another one.
Yeah, Dark Tide Warhammer.
Yeah, I'm not a Warhammer 40K guy, but I respect the franchise.
Same here. We also had Crossfire.
Crossfire, that one?
No, not unfortunately.
I
no.
wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Man,
It looked all right, but again, all these games that they mentioned, the main point is that all these games are multiplats. Like,
yeah, they said that they don't have exclusives.
Nothing is exclusive.
Okay, so to specify that, folks. So what they meant was, what he was saying was, basically, you can play these games on your regular Xbox already, the Xbox One that you got. You don't have to buy the Xbox Series X to play it. And I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense if you're talking on that level of exclusivity and stuff. That's fine. But at the end of the day, what exactly are you putting out that's going to make me want to buy your Xbox Series X? That's really the whole point,
To answer that question, nothing. No, seriously, they're not putting out anything, and they said themselves, because of what's going on in the world, that they said, don't expect any super exclusive to come for at least the next couple of years.
I mean, that's fine if that's what they want to do. I mean, yeah, Outer Worlds is basically it's really Fallout essentially, Kai, because that's all Outer Worlds is. It's basically the same studio that did Fallout New Vegas. They did Outer Worlds and stuff. So it's basically, it feels more like Fallout New Vegas more than anything else, which I can appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Xbox and stuff.
I mean, God, between Xbox and Sony, Sony makes it very clear. Sony makes it very clear, like, hey, we got Spider-Man.
We got Ratchet and Clank.
At the very least, we got Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank.
And Horizon Zero Dawn.
In the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. Just to name a few, give or take 3 games that we can throw at you. We're giving people reasons to own a PS5. Xbox, on the other hand, they're making, while I do appreciate them for making their platform super flexible.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. As a matter of fact, every game that you saw listed, at this event, by the way, they're all going to be freely available to play if you have Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting because, like I said, you got a PC and stuff. You can pretty much buy some of these games on PC and stuff. So that's the other angle of it and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how this next generation is because it's definitely going to be interesting because we talked about it a couple of shows ago. Like we've reached that level of the consoles where it's like it's either you get a PC and a PlayStation at this point.
To me, the only console period that has the most exclusives out of everybody, and it's a no-brainer, is Nintendo.
Yeah, they're their own thing basically.
You go with Nintendo for Nintendo exclusives. You go with
Mario.
Sony for Sony's exclusives, and Microsoft whenever they have any like legit exclusive that you're interested in playing. They're like the lowest on the totem pole as far as I'm concerned. And the reason why I say that is because they never put out a game, at least not anymore. They don't put out a game that stays on the Xbox and doesn't go anywhere else.
Yeah. So, but that was. I mean, like I said, we'll see how the Xbox Series X goes.
Like just to to rank how do I rank this event? It was whelming. Not over, not under, just whelming.
It was very middle of the road. It's like
super middle. This was mid. This was super mid. Like, hey, yo, Nico, that Reggie.
Basically, I mean,
this was Reggie.
Outer Worlds basically just fall out in space, but yeah. But in lighter news though, G4 is coming back.
All right, let's go ahead and talk. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and crack. No, with you. I'm with you on this. We're gonna crack this chestnut open hard right now. G4 teased coming back with X-Play and Attack of the Show.
Yeah, the Attack of the Show official Twitter.
Now, hold on. To cue my inner JonTron, I have several questions.
Man.
Why? G4, for the life of me. I'm not going to ask why you're choosing to come back, because unless you got something really, really unique that you're going to bring to the table of cable television, I'm not going to ask why you're coming back. But I am going to ask, why are you bringing these shows back? These shows hit probably the greatest milestone in television history. Both shows have over 1,000 episodes.
I mean,
both shows, by the way, are as a matter of fact, CJ, here's the better ironic part. Both of those shows are not even G4 TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, if
X-Play came from Tech TV, and Attack of the Show was just a retitled Screensavers.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to go back to the good old Tech TV days and stuff. So I remember when Tech TV was a thing. I watched the early shows. So I watched, Attack the Show, fucking X-Play.
X-Play, the Screensavers, Call for Help.
Yeah, I didn't watch Call for Help, but I do remember like channel surfing past it. So that's there. I remember Arena, obviously.
Oh no, it's not Arena. It's Destination Vacation on Arena.
Yeah. And that was it and stuff. And then when they switched over to G4 and stuff, like you said, we had Unscrewed with Martin Sargent, which I liked.
No, Unscrewed was a Tech TV show.
Okay, well, Tech TV, but still, I was watching.
When they merged, Unscrewed was gone.
Yeah.
Like Unscrewed was gone. Screensavers got rebranded as Attack of the Show. Call for Help was gone. Mm-hmm. They did take a lot of those shows and they mixed them in with reruns of those shows that pretty much got canceled.
Electric Playground survived for a hot minute,
and that barely lasted a year.
Yeah.
So then they started taking a bunch of newer shows from G4 after the merger, and there were some shows that I felt they served their purpose, and there was a lot of shows I felt this isn't going to last a year. Like, good example. Remember Cheat? Not Cheaters, but Cheat.
Yeah, Cheat. It was like they basically. I remember an old girl would always I forgot her name, but she.
Kristen Holt.
Yeah, Kristen Holt. She give us tips and tricks and stuff from games.
But for us super old schoolers, before Kristen Holt was ever in the picture of G4, it was my boy Corey Rouse. Corey
Yeah.
Rouse was the host of Cheat, and he provided cheats. Now again, you got to remember this is 2001, 2002. Back then, stuff like this was cool, but at the same time, we had Tips and Tricks magazines at our local convenience store. So,
Yeah.
so if you couldn't afford to get a magazine and you just happen to tune into an episode of Cheat and you're hoping that they're going to talk about that one game that you need a cheat code for, there you go. Now, there was other shows that came and went. There was Training Camp, which was the only sports themed show on G4.
Mhm.
There was Players, which was their interpretation of MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
But it only focused on their gamer rooms and stuff. It wasn't necessarily focused on their houses.
I hated
And the fact that they picked celebrities is what made it even funnier. And then there was that other show. Oh God, what was it? There was Players. There was Cheat. There was remember G4, the G4TV.com, the show, the talk show.
Yeah. Mm.
They pretty much gave you the news. Matter of fact, this is how they ran all three of those shows. There was 3 shows that ran all together: G4TV.com, Pulse, and Filter.
I remember Pulse.
All 3 of those shows were the same show. They just had different hosts.
Just merged it all together and stuff. I mean, it's funny. Like Unscrewed, I did when it was on Tech TV. I did enjoy it because it was definitely.
I love that show.
It was different than the norm of late night television at that time.
Right. It felt like late night television for nerds. That's all it was. You tuned it in. You tuned it in for Martin Sargent's like shenanigans, and of course, because we all need that eye candy in our lives, we need to see Laura Swisher.
Yeah, the swish.
The swish.
The swish. So that's apparently coming back, and we don't know to the degree.
Thank you, Kai. I was gonna bring up that
Cinematech.
one too. Cinematech, which again is another show, doesn't need to return. It does not need to come back. As much as I liked it, it does not need to come back.
If you want to, you don't even really need a Cinematech. So it's kind of interesting because, like I said, G4, it got to a point to where really the only 2 shows people really tuned in for was X-Play and Attack of the Show.
Again, 2 shows that again are not G4 shows. That's what I find funny. When G4 merged, they killed their own brand and kept 2 shows from Tech TV.
Yeah, and then the thing of it is, and then they struck gold when they interspliced Ninja Warrior from overseas and stuff, and then it just took off from there.
Which they edited the crap out of that show, because the real Ninja Warrior, and Nico, if you're watching, you'll know this. The real Ninja Warrior in Japan, that show was like an hour and some change long.
Oh yeah, because I noticed that they skipped over a lot of people, because the reason why it's so much of an hour and change is because they're literally going through every single fucking competitor.
Yep. And there's been so many competitors that will run through that crap and they will instantly fail within the first jump.
Yeah, so Ninja Warrior was like, all right, well, we're going to cut out the people that failed and just put in the people that actually either A, got through it, or B, almost got through it, and that's going to get people to actually watch it. And then it morphed into it in a weird way, in a good way. It ended up morphing into what we got now with American Ninja Warrior.
They gave us American Ninja Warrior, but then even before that, it actually morphed into Unbeatable Banzuke.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the other show, Bonsai, where they were really trying to delve into the I guess the
Japanese imports.
Yeah, just crazy Japanese imports.
Remember when Spy TV had Takeshi's Castle?
I do remember that. Oh, was that? No, was that Takeshi's Challenge?
I don't know. I thought it was Takeshi's Castle.
No, because of course, everybody here knows that Beat Takeshi had his own Nintendo game.
Yeah, so I remember that and stuff, but I don't know what to make of it. I just kind of shrugged all right, cool, but it's not going to be the same. But also in the height of the fact that, and this is my thing, considering the fact that we have so many Twitch and YouTube gamer personalities and stuff, is there really a reason to bring back G4?
All right, I can answer that. And if you were listening to what I was saying to you and D in our group chat.
I listened to it. I'm just saying, just for the people that are listening to this.
I threw out a bunch of ideas. And the reason why I throw out these ideas is because I identified so much with G4 in the early days, as well as Tech TV, and I had wished that they had just stayed separate channels. I wish they had never merged. But my ideas,
unfortunately,
my ideas that I had for bringing back G4, again, don't need X-Play, don't need Attack of the Show, because even if you brought those shows back, unless the original hosts really have nothing better to do and agree to it, you're gonna have these other new people on, and it's just not gonna be the same, in my opinion.
Kevin Pereira tweeted out something, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna call you back, Kevin, but cool.
I was gonna say Kevin, dude, no, not Kevin Pereira, no, both Kevin Pereira and Kevin Rose. I mean, first of all, Kevin Rose been left. he left like way early in that show's popularity, and. But anyways, my ideas that I had was more focused on icons. If anybody in the, anybody on the on the stream, if you guys remember G4's half-hour blog called Icons, that show lasted about almost 3-4 seasons, and all they did was do like a half-hour documentary about the history of different
the gamer version of 30 for 30, basically.
Yeah, kind of like 30 for 30 or Unsung, or it's just basically like
honestly, you know what? Unsung is a perfect.
Yeah, it's
actually like a perfect. It's more accurate than 30 for 30.
Yeah, it's basically just a half-hour documentary about different points in video game history.
Miyamoto and some of the other people.
They did stuff on on Miyamoto. They did the history of Metal Gear, the history of Dead or Alive, Dreamcast. My favorite history, music games. They had one on. Another one that was really good and was a really good watch was The Crash.
Yeah.
When they talked about the video game crash of '84, that was a good watch.
Oh, side note, they will never bring back Street Fury. Just putting it out there.
Look.
If the hot import scene didn't fizzle out because of the economy, Street Fury, I would be all for it. But
can you say the hot import scene really fizzled out? Because I don't think it did. Hot import scene didn't fizzle out.
At least on the East Coast it did. West Coast is still
West Coast is still a thing, but it didn't fizzle out. It evolved. Now it's all about Rocket Bunny, Stance, Bag Nation, and all that other stuff. It's nothing like how it was when, like 10, 15 years ago for me and you. But my idea, and this is why, and this is what I had planned for G4 if they ever did decide to bring it back. I say this: don't get TV personalities. Look at some, just look at people on Twitch. I'm not even talking about the most popular people, the most popular Twitch streamers or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. I mean, just look at what people bring to the table as independents. You got a lot of independent people. You want to bring that audience from the internet to TV. Cable TV at that. You need to holler at some of these people, get some contracts written up, and come to an agreement, because it will feel a lot more authentic to have actual gamers. And hold on, I say that with a caveat: actual gamers that have a general interest, or at least some kind of experience in television.
That's the other aspect.
Can they be are they, can they be presentable? Do they know how to talk? Because I've seen some streamers that'll have like 10,000 people watching, and the dude or girl is barely even saying a word.
I mean, there's some people that I've watched on, and I think both of us combined watch a lot of Twitch streamers, right? There are some streamers and this isn't hating on them and stuff. I don't think Logan Paul will be a good person.
Oh God, no.
Because I don't think he's somebody that can carry a show in a serious manner. And I'm not saying you gotta be super serious, but there has to be a level of Ryan Seacrest can carry a fucking show, right?
That he can.
And do I
want him on G4? No.
No, but I'm just saying you need somebody that has that charismatic, he can carry a show and not go too nuts on the far end of it, right?
Yeah, and that's what's going to narrow. That's what's going to narrow the whole search of trying to get authentic gamers that are presentable.
Yeah, and I think you can get some. There are some gamers that I've seen that actually, hey, you know what? They might be able to, be part of a co-host of a show and stuff if they were given the opportunity. And like you said, there are others. It's like you guys don't really speak that much, so no, you're not.
A good example of that would be, like Arena. If they did like a fighting game version of it, where they just did like a 1 hour show on like a quick fighting game tournament, easy person to grab, Tasty Steve.
Yeah, Yipes.
Like get Yipes, get Tasty Steve. Like depending on what the fighting game is, just get those commentators, bring them on to do this show.
Yeah, I mean that's that. I mean, like I said, it's just.
Hold on
Hold
on a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, it's like he'll be back after these messages, guys. Yeah, Cinematech. Yeah, I'll say there's no Godchild. When it comes to the Xbox One, it was really Halo was their really big game that they had, which is their only exclusive, honestly. And my thing, like I said, one thing with Halo, it's like Halo Infinite, cool. Apparently, it's not going to be games as service, but apparently there's a rumor that they're trying to make, I guess, sell the game multiplayer only, possibly. It's not confirmed yet, though, so don't quote me on that and stuff. But that's what they're trying to do, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So we'll see how that rolls. Yeah, for me, as possible. It's the baby.
I'm back. So anyway, as I was saying, so I was saying that, yeah, what you want to do is get some people that are gamers as well as presentable individuals.
Yeah.
Now, the other aspect, and this goes into my icons idea, is there, throughout the last 15, even 20 years, I'll say for the last 20 years, there have been a lot of really, really good documentaries on video games. Good example, going all the way back to 2000, I think it was 2008, 2009. Remember that documentary, I Got Next?
Yeah, you could definitely bring some of those kind of documentaries back as like old school and stuff, because we're never gonna fucking get the machine ever.
No, look, I don't mean just like take all those documentaries and throw them on G4. No, I mean
No, documentaries like it though.
Yeah, like people like documentaries like I Got Next, documentaries like Focus, the Mike Ross story. What was the other one? You got one on, there's one on Daigo.
The King of Chinatown.
The King of Chinatown.
I didn't see the Daigo one, but I heard about it.
Then there was also one for there was the other Chinatown documentary that came out recently. I don't know if you saw it. This was actually the story about Chinatown all the way up to the day that it closed.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's on Netflix.
I need to check that out.
Yeah. So stuff like this. You want to do an icon show? Do one not just on gaming. Like the gaming history of like companies and people. Of course, our favorite video games, but do some on like people in gaming that that made a mark on, that made a mark in history.
Makes sense.
Like, dude, I told you, and I told you guys, there was this documentary I saw, this dude who did like a full pilgrimage in Yokosuka, pointing out every single location from the original Shenmue.
That makes that would actually be interesting. Just do like a week long thing, or maybe a couple of days or something like that.
I mean, even if you could like condense it down into like an hour, make it like a 1 hour program. Mm-hmm. And when you take a show and make it an hour instead of a half-hour show, it gives you some breathing room, so that way you're not padding out an entire 24 hours with reruns of shows that have nothing to do with gaming, and you don't run yourself in circles again like you did all those years ago with G4. Because remember when G4 got rid of almost every show except Attack of the Show and X-Play, and all they gave us was cops and cheaters?
Yeah, that was annoying.
It was super annoying. I mean, they got rid of everything. Like everything was just gone. Nothing lasted, which is ironic because you took two channels, merged them together, and the only shows to last out of that merger were two shows that came from Tech TV.
I mean, icons would be perfect. Like you said, Electric Playground idea, well, Arena and all that stuff, that would be great.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day was different. It was more like that was like another review show.
It was a review show done in a
Tommy
different
Tallarico.
way. Yeah, it was done in a way that's just like, all right, cool, I guess, and stuff. But that was what you were saying. It's just like when you have shows kind of overlapping each other, because it's like, all right, they're doing Judgment Day. All right, cool. But what makes it different than X-Play? Oh, it's because it's like you said, it's Tommy
Tallarico.
Yeah, he's a famous fucking music composer in the video game world, so I guess maybe that's what it was and stuff, so.
But even then, even with him being as super famous as he was, that show just didn't have the magic.
It wasn't X-Play.
Yeah, it just wasn't X-Play. X-Play occupied that space.
And that's because X-Play had the thing of their added skits in and stuff like that, and, it was just done in a very way and stuff they did.
You look back on a lot of those skits now. God, those skits were so cringe.
Stan Lee shit was fucking hilarious. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, okay, that one was funny. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I'll take it back. You remember when Adam Sessler did his version of Meet the Press with Meet the Cess?
Bruh.
That was funny. That was legit funny. I'm like, okay, you know what, X-Play? You got me. You got me on that one. That was legit good.
Oh my god, man. It's just I mean, you got that. Attack of the Show is interesting because it seems to me Attack of the Show occupies that we're talking about pop culture news to a degree. That's basically all it really was.
Yeah, it was pop culture. It's pop culture and internet shenanigan news.
Which, I mean, you can still do that now, I guess, and stuff, because that's kind of what your boy on YouTube used to do, Ray Winstead or whatever.
Oh, no, you mean Ray William Johnson.
Ray William Johnson, that's what he was doing, like quick hits and stuff of internet stuff, which I'm like, that's cool and stuff. So, I mean, I guess maybe that could work, or even, Ridiculousness is doing that, but they do it kind of like America Funniest Home Video style. So that's that one end of it and stuff. But you might be able to do Attack of the Show. Might. That's the key word on that one. Might. But X-Play is going to be interesting because it's like, will they capture that magic of the old X-Play? I don't think you can.
I don't think you really can. I mean, how can you capture the magic of something that's been around since 2001, probably even longer than that, and it finally, if it lasted about as long as the channel itself lasted.
Which is amazing, as a miracle in and of itself that it lasted that long. And also, too, I think one of the things that we low-key forget is that X-Play and even Judgment Day and even Attack of the Show, whenever E3 happened, they would be there. Whenever San Diego Comic-Con happened, they would be there.
Everybody would be there for those.
They would do live coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. Attack of the Show would be there.
Right.
Like clockwork and stuff. I don't think X-Play was ever there. E3 happened. Oh, shit. X-Play is at, E3 and stuff. And
I was going to say, X-Play was at E3.
Yeah, X-Play would be at E3. Attack of the Show, not so much and stuff. They might send one person.
No, they would be there. No, that's the thing. It would be like one big collaborative effort because X-Play would be at E3. They would have like all the other hosts from the other shows. I told you, I have the E3 from 2000. I think it was 2005 or 2000. No, it was E3 2006, where it was Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, Kevin Pereira, Olivia Munn, Kristen Holt, and I think Diane Menzoda was there before she left. And they were all doing like 4 days of coverage for E3.
And the thing of it is, and the fact that E3 is what it is now and stuff, even before the COVID, it's like, is anybody caring to see coverage from G4 about that when you can just watch the shit live on your computer?
But there is a way you can do it. Much like how we, whenever we go out to the Comic-Con, we try to get as much exclusive stuff that we can get or anything that
that's
we're
true.
anything that we're allowed to showcase, because while the presentation is mostly just trailer gameplay, and depending on how much
Announcements.
and that's about it. It's always like quick pieces that they could throw at us. Whereas with us, we can go in and get extensive coverage on a specific topic,
Yeah.
and you can get shows that can cover stuff like this. Because that's what G4 did for E3 back in those days.
That is true. So it's like you said. I think all of it boils down to who do you get as the personalities for it and stuff. Like, do you go back and say, "Hey, Kevin Purr, do you want to do Attack of the Show again? Is he going to be game for it?" I don't know.
And that's who the one person that I don't think they could ever get, because he's pretty much transcended them. No, I would say Sessler, but no, the one person that they can't get because he's transcended gaming and I would say gaming journalism and all that. Jeff Keighley.
Oh hell no! You were not getting Jeff Keighley back. Fuck no.
You're not
You
getting.
have to pay him. You have to pay him a king's ransom just to come back for a hot second.
Yep. You can't get Jeff Keighley. You'd be better off getting Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. You can't get Olivia Munn. I doubt you can get her back.
She's doing movies, and I don't think
That's what I'm
she
saying.
cares.
She's doing movies. And Kristen Holt. I'm sorry, Chris. Now she's Kristen Adams. Ever since she got married, Kristen Adams. Say goodbye to her. You're not going to get her. You might get lucky and get some of the old people from the early days of G4/Tech TV before they changed the name. Like what's her name? Laura Foy.
Yeah, I think at this point though, if you're going to do it, it's like you said, you gotta get new personalities. I just don't want them to get personalities where they feel like they're trying hard to appeal to the new generation of gamers. It's like, no, just be yourself. Be yourself.
And that's the other thing. Don't get personalities that try so hard that it comes off insulting.
I just dabbed, guys. Don't do that, please.
Yeah.
For fucking God, don't do that. I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. I don't.
First of all, that crap is dated. Is already dated. The fact that you had to announce that you did it is even more cringe.
Dabbed.
I swear if I see down, dude, I swear if I see down the new G4, I am uninstalling.
You already know it's gonna happen. They're gonna dab. It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be some corny ass white person. It's gonna be like, dab, guys. Let's dab.
Don't do it.
The shit's lit, guys. It's lit.
Don't. Oh God, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear those. I don't want to hear none of these new words being dropped in that sphere. Just don't do it.
Oh my God. If I want to end this and stuff, I'm not going to apologize to you, sir, but I will say this. I severely underestimated how good Ghost of Tsushima was going to be.
I told you.
And it's not to say, because you know what it was? I thought the gameplay was going to be like, what the fuck is that game that came out that's like Dark Souls? That was like Dark Souls.
Not Demon Souls. You're thinking Bloodborne.
No. The one that has the Japanese samurai and it.
Oh, Neo.
No, not Neo. The other one. Shit. Like the guy. Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, wait, Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro.
Yes.
I thought Ghost of Tsushima was gonna be like Sekiro, and I was just like, I don't know. And then I played it. It's basically Assassin's Creed without the bullshit that Assassin's Creed is known for. Like, it's that good. Like it, and it plays, actually, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to make a 1-for-1 comparison, but it feels like Horizon Zero Dawn. In that it's fun. The open world of Ghost of Tsushima isn't as overwhelming as Red Dead Redemption 2 is.
And it's also,
dear God, that shit's too goddamn big in Red Dead 2. Dear God.
It is also not as empty as Metal Gear 5.
I like Metal Gear 5, but you're right. I mean,
look, man, you're talking to a Metal Gear fan, diehard Metal Gear fan. I will take a literal dump on Metal Gear 5 any chance I get because that's how much that game.
It was only great when you got to the post that held all the soldiers. That's when it got fun. But outside of that, going between posts, I shot an animal. That's cool. Oh shit, there's some actual soldiers driving past me. Let me go after them. That kind of shit. But in Ghost of Tsushima, what's interesting about it is that you'll be on horseback. Game looks beautiful as shit. It's beautiful as hell. You'll come across bandits that you can fight. You can either fight straight up or you can duel them and stuff, which is fun. You have side stories, you have collectibles and stuff. But like I said, the map, it's big, but again, it's not overwhelming. It's so much stuff to do, and it's great. That is definitely going to be a game of the year. If it doesn't win any game of the year awards, I'm going to be very disappointed. And it's really dependent on how Cyberpunk turns out too. I think that's the other X factor, but I think it's going to be Ghost of Tsushima and Cyberpunk that might be neck and neck on Game of the Year at this point. So
I can agree on that.
Because there's nothing against Last of Us 2. It's just I feel there was stuff with Last of Us 2 that kind of keeps it from really hitting those highs that it could have been.
Plus, Last of Us 2, I'm just going to call it what it is. Last of Us 2 is now Naughty Dog's redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, they had an L come in at some point, so I guess it had to be The Last of Us 2, which I think everybody kept telling them do not do a sequel, but they did it because there was some segment of fans that wanted it. So the fucking you do.
Which you know what that is, CJ? That's the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight situation where we say be careful what you wish for when the first two Arkham games and even Arkham Origins, no Batmobile use whatsoever.
Yeah, it was great.
We kept saying, give us the Batmobile, give us the Batmobile. They finally give us the Batmobile, and you hate it.
How the fuck do you make a Deathstroke fight boring by having his ass in a fucking tank and you don't even get to fight him hand to hand? What the hell is up with that shit?
I was so mad because you actually do fight Deathstroke in Arkham Origins, and even then
that was great.
It was great, but man, the CQC moments was just kind of.
No, but dude, at least you actually fought the guy in fucking Arkham Knight. You fight him in a goddamn tank, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, I remember playing it, and I'm like, oh shit, we get to face Slade, and I'm like, what?
Dude, you fight him. No, you fight him in the exact same tank that you fought the Arkham Knight in.
Mm-hmm. It was so.
You went through the greatest cat and mouse game with Slade. Like, who thought of this?
Yeah, but yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is great.
No, I do not want a Last of Us 3.
No, they're gonna do it. Come on.
I know they're gonna do it, but I don't want it.
They need to get a better writer. That's all I'm saying. That's the only way. Obviously, I'll buy it, but they need to get a better writer. Just like because at this point. The thing about Ghost of Tsushima that makes it work story-wise is that it's simple and to the point. We've seen this. Look, me and you, we've seen so many Japanese like epic stories and stuff. This is what Ghost of Tsushima is. Yeah. It's the same Japanese epic story, but it's very good. The drama and everything is great. There's levity at some points, and it's just great. So, I mean, I'm like in Act 2 of it and stuff. It's great. I beat Shadow of the Tomb Raider recently. I'm kind of mad I never jumped on it when it came out, but I bought the Game of the Year edition. Beat it. Phenomenal game. Love it. I'm kind of surprised that and Uncharted were able to occupy the same territory, and it just worked out for both franchises.
What was it? I got the latest free update on Monster Hunter World. The newest monster, Elatrian, which he's not really a new monster. Elatrian is a monster from Monster Hunter 3.
Oh, so they bring back monsters from previous.
Yeah, they brought. Dude, that's all they've been doing with Iceborne. Iceborne just brought in monsters from previous Monster Hunter games. Like Zinogre was from one of the previous Monster Hunter games. Freaking Brachydios. Oh God, what's the other one? He's a freaking gorilla with freaking horns. I cannot remember I can't even say his name. His name totally escapes me. But there's like a bunch of monsters. A lot of them are throwbacks to the previous games, and I'm happy they put them in the game because this game is amazing. But the latest monster being the Elatrian, he has 3 forms.
Are you serious?
He has 3 forms and he hits like a truck, like several trucks.
Talking like launching you in the air, hitting you like a truck.
No, we're talking like when he unleashes his supernova, it will wipe you out unless you have like it's an instant kill. Like
so you
we're
can't
talking.
hide, but you can't hide behind anything
No.
to keep from. Wow.
This isn't like when you fought against God, what's that monster from Final Fantasy that came in as the it was part of the collaboration. Not Ifrit, not God, what's that one monster? He's kind of like a freaking bull. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Was it Behemoth? Yeah, Behemoth.
Oh, wow.
When you're fighting Behemoth in Monster Hunter, he's like the literal. It's the exact monster from Final Fantasy.
I remember seeing a trailer for that, and I was scared shitless because Behemoth in the Final Fantasy VII remake. The way that game plays and how the graphics look, Behemoth in that game looks fucking because the arena I'm pretty sure you've seen videos of it.
I've seen it.
But the arena that you play them in is like this big giant ass room, and that motherfucker will run after your ass, whoever character you're controlling, and will fucking just beat the shit out of you for no fucking reason. Like, dear God, that shit hits hard.
It's the same thing in this game. I mean, he comes after you, he hits you, it hurts very, very badly. His supernova, which is ridiculous, he will cast a literal meteor. It will come down, and the thing is, you get 4 warnings. 4 warnings that the big meteor is coming.
I hated that shit in Final Fantasy X. I fucking hated that shit.
Like the 4 meteors, the 4 meteor meteor rocks that jump down. Like as soon as they drop down, after he drops the 4th one, first of all, you have to still try to fight him without getting those rocks destroyed. If those rocks get destroyed, you're screwed. Because when the final meteor drops, it's an insta kill.
Jesus.
It is an insta kill. And what they did with Alatreon is the same thing. His elemental powers, he has He has dragon attack, he has fire, and he has ice. And all 3 of those things hurt when he unleashes a supernova.
Huh.
It's kind of like Nergigante, except like 5 times worse and on steroids. Because Nergigante, regular Nergigante has this dive bomb, and I showed you the video of Nergi's dive bomb, haven't I?
You told me about that.
Like where he'll do one good roar, he'll leap into the air. And because he's got wings, he'll fly, and he straight dive bombs after you, and that is a one-shot.
Jesus.
Now you can dodge it. Like if you go for like the stage dive or a dive bomb, then you can dodge it. You won't take any damage, even if he lands in front of you, you won't take any damage.
Jesus. Yeah.
After Ghost of Tsushima, I now want an Assassin's Creed with samurais.
You remember, man, if they do Assassin's Creed with Samurai, it's just going to be the same. I don't want it because Assassin's Creed with Samurai is just going to be the Assassin's Creed story bullshit. And I'm like, no. Because my thing with, I think that's probably what turned me off of Assassin's Creed. I just got tired of the jargon. I just want to play as an assassin. And I'm looking at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm like, where's the assassins in this? Is this even Assassin's Creed anymore? I mean, sure, he has the wrist shit, but is this Assassin's Creed anymore? Like,
if there's anything I learned from games like Nioh 1 and 2, Sekiro, and Ghost of Tsushima is I am staring so hard at Capcom right now to say,
Onimusha?
I'm just looking at them like Onimusha 5. Where is it?
I remember when they rumored of it and stuff. I feel bad for people that trashed Dawn of Dreams. I didn't think it was a bad game.
People like myself, we wanted Samanosuke.
I mean, you technically got him with the monk, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but we needed. I wanted another story with Samanosuke. I mean, yeah, his story pretty much did kind of wrap up with
three.
With 3.
It did wrap up and stuff. I get what they were trying to do because they were trying to go, Dawn of Dreams, which is funny because it technically was 4 because you follow the old boy from the first, was it 1 and 3 he was in?
You're talking about Hideyoshi.
Yeah, Hideyoshi was in 1 and 3. and you follow him after 3 and stuff when fucking old boy is dead. So it's like
after Nobunaga's like finally dead.
Dead. It's like okay, that made sense for Hideyoshi to come in, but it's like I thought Silky was fine as a protagonist and stuff, but I just was like, okay, he's cool, I guess, and stuff. I didn't really care
He's
much.
cool, but
stuff.
He's cool, but he just doesn't have that it factor like Samanosuke does.
Yeah, I mean, he was a fine character and stuff. I like the idea of him being like this gaijin samurai, it was fine, and whatever and stuff. If anything, I enjoyed some of the side content. Like you can actually play through the game and get the Street Fighter, the costumes for the characters and stuff.
I do remember that.
I remember beating the game and I was like, yes, I can get the Street Fighter characters, and they actually played the theme song if you like played with any of the characters and stuff, which I thought was dope, but. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, especially after Neo, I was like, so we're going to get that Onimusha Capcom? And I don't know. I mean, they came out with Onimusha HD, which I need to see if there's any huge difference. I don't think there is.
It's really just the same game. They just bumped up the resolution. Nothing really changed. Technically, the definitive version of Onimusha to play is still Genma Onimusha on Xbox.
Yeah, that was actually. I remember like the reviews for that were praising it because it was just like
it was
so many changes.
Yeah, there was a lot of changes. It was a really, really good port, and they just added so many extras to it that made it worth being worthy of that title of definitive Onimusha 1.
I'm just surprised they just never ported that to any of the other consoles after that, unless that's just an Xbox only kind of thing.
It was definitely an Xbox only thing because they never released Genma on no other console, and I think it's part of the list of backwards compatible games you can play.
Yeah, I mean, if Capcom brings back Onimusha, I wouldn't mind if they like brought it to modern world, kind of like how they did 3, and you just have like maybe like the Samanosuke's like relative in modern world kind of thing.
Which I thought was interesting that they did that with Onimusha 2.
Yeah, Jubei.
Yeah, see, with Jubei being in Onimusha 2, like the whole time you were wondering where's Samanosuke.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was interesting about 2 felt like a side story. Even though Nobunaga was in it, it felt like he was a side story to it because I think with Jubei.
I do like that idea.
How is Samanosuke not in Soul Calibur 6?
How is he not in that game? That's a good one. He should be.
You put Hamaru in Soul Calibur 6?
Samanosuke? Come on. Like Samanosuke as DLC for Soul Calibur 6. That would be awesome. We already got a sword character that's ridiculous for Tekken 7. His name is Noctis.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, Jubei's thing in Onimusha 2 was that he was an Ani. That was the big get and stuff. And I remember playing through 2, and I was like, it was a fine game and stuff. I beat it, and I was like, all right, cool. It was some nice side characters that you played as and stuff. It was great, but I think it was just overall after you beat it, you just kind of sat back and was like, yeah, it was a fun little game. And when we going to get 3, and 3 was the
fun game,
but it was the shit.
I was gonna say fun game, but it became instantly forgettable after 3.
Oh yeah, once 3 came out, the fucking hype of you being able to play as Jean Renault, and come on,
dude,
man.
Just that opening, the opening video, the opening alone, that CG opening for Onimusha 3 is godlike.
I mean,
it's one of the best openings for any action game, period.
Yeah, I mean, dude, remember the trailer for that game, and we see the close up of Samanosuke and Jean Renault. That was the cover of the game and shit. I was like, oh shit!
They were like, as soon as they were back to back, I'm like, yo, this game is gonna be insane.
I mean, it was insane. I mean, the aspect of like Jean Renault's character, he had the whip, which I thought was
he had the whip.
He had the whip.
And you know what made that trailer even better? Is it's not even the fact that it's a trailer. That trailer was the opening. It was the opening of Onimusha 3, and Samanosuke was so awesome. That whole fight choreography was done by Donnie Yen.
Makes sense. I mean, you know what that was. I think we forget that even to this day, and I praise Capcom for it. They still get the actors and the stunt people to do the moves. Like when I saw the behind the scenes for Devil May Cry 5, I was like, oh, you brought back Dan Southworth to do the fighting for Virgil. All right. That's dope. That's what's up. I like it and stuff. I think I always love the fact that we still have game companies that still do the motion capture and stuff instead of just no, we're just gonna get animators. It's like nah, you got to get these people in motion. Even with Resident Evil, the remakes and stuff, I like that they actually got the actual actors to do the motion capture for those scenes and stuff. I'm kind of curious with Resident Evil 4 if they did that for like for the Leon versus Krauser fight, if they actually have motion capture for that.
Well, if they had the motion capture for El Gigante, then I would assume so that they had motion capture for which they did. Yeah, they did have motion capture for that.
Let me see if there's any behind the scenes for that because that looked pretty intricate to actually do. That's too much like a movie to not have a video for that shit. Like that's
speaking of stuff that's like a movie. I know we're jumping into Resident Evil now. Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 remake. The end where what's his face? Where Nikolai and Carlos were fighting each other because of the RE engine. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, we're looking at Street Fighter 6."
Bruh, I mean that engine looks so ridiculous and stuff. That ending did look like a legit like movie kind of thing, and it wouldn't. To be honest and stuff, maybe that's what Street Fighter 6 could end up being.
Dude, could you imagine Street Fighter running on the RE engine?
It would look pretty dope.
I mean, it was almost like they were trying to go for that, like with the very first leaked trailer of Street Fighter 6.
I mean,
because you remember how the characters looked. Chun-Li looked completely different. Ryu looked completely different. Those two characters alone looked completely different than what we got now, where they made them look more cartoony.
Which I think they wanted to get back to that because, I'll be honest with you, I still, to this day, as much as I enjoy Street Fighter 4, I just couldn't get over the scope of the size. Like the size of the characters in Street Fighter 4. I wasn't a fan of compared to how they look in Street Fighter 5. Like Street Fighter 5 seems like a return to form of like a Street Fighter 3 aesthetic a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. Like, I mean, hell, even to the degree that you got a old boy from Final Fight, he kind of reminds me of Hugo from Street Fighter 3.
Yeah, freaking Cody.
Not Cody, the other dude, the dude from the Mad Gear game, the giant dude.
Oh, freaking good lord, Hugo.
Yeah, not Hugo. The other dude that's in 5.
Oh, you mean freaking God, not Andre. Good God, why can I not? Why can
the one that everybody was using in season 2.
Yeah, everybody was using him. Okay, I'm looking it up.
But yeah, that dude had like aesthetics and stuff to him that just made it work and stuff. Hold up. Cody Abigail.
Thank you, Abigail.
Yeah, Abigail. He had like that Hugo from Street Fighter 3 because you remember Hugo in Street Fighter 3 was fucking ginormous.
Yeah, he was stupid.
I mean, especially in that game when it came out during that time, it was just like. But speaking of which, Godchild asked me, so who owns the rights to Bloody Roar?
I was just about to answer that question. I really, really hate to burst your bubble, and you're really going to get mad when I tell you. Bloody Roar and everything under Hudson Soft is owned by Konami.
Ooh, so they're just sitting on that shit.
Completely sitting. More, not even sitting on it. More like we bought this franchise, shut them down, and tossed them in the corner.
We ain't doing shit.
We're doing nothing with them. Which is why I'm with Jim Sterling when he said, Konami, please let Capcom buy you.
I mean, a Capcom Castlevania would be dope.
I would love to see the guys behind.
It would be like Devil May Cry 5 on that.
I was gonna say whoever's left, from Devil May Cry or Resident Evil, let them do a Castlevania game. Now, you want to know? It'd be hilarious. Capcom buys Konami, right? Or at least they buy all the Konami IPs. How awesome would this be that they get the dude that made the Castlevania games back to make a Castlevania through Capcom?
I'm one of those people that I'm too much of a Symphony of the Night foul that I want them to make another like updated Symphony of the Night type game, but I wouldn't mind if it's like Devil May Cry.
I mean, the closest you got to that is the Bloodstained games.
This is true, which I need to buy. Which I definitely need to buy.
Bloodstained 2 dropped.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I need to jump on that. I've been sleeping on a lot of retro games and stuff. Did you see? Speaking of which, did you see that video of that game that looks like Jet Set Radio?
I did see that, and I agree. Hey, Sega, if you're not gonna make it, the fans will.
Well, somebody said that Sega should do like they did with Streets of Rage 4, where they leverage their property to have somebody else do it.
And that would be a smart idea, because when
Streets of Rage 4 sold like hotcakes.
Now, you want to know the funny thing about that? Sega, they approached, I believe it was Nintendo or somebody with the idea. They pitched the idea of Streets of Rage, of Jet Set Radio 3, and the idea got shot down, and they never went back to it.
Wow.
They just shot it down. And I was mad about that because, number one, you got the original Jet Set, which is awesome game, amazing game. And then Jet Set Radio Future, which is more of a reimagining of the first game.
That's all it really was.
It was really nothing more than reimagining, because it wasn't technically a sequel. It was more of a reboot.
Lord knows the game tried to be a sequel. If I'm going to be real about it,
it did. With the updated, graphics, game ran at 60 FPS. Even back then, back in 2001, game was amazing. I love Jet Set Radio Future. Soundtrack wise, it wasn't touching the original. The original Jet Set Radio.
I like the soundtrack, but you're right.
The original Jet Set Radio is the GOAT of soundtracks.
Which is on Spotify, by the way.
That it is. That it is. You know what? Speaking of which, I meant to show this to you guys earlier. So, as somebody who is a big fan of classic stuff, retro stuff, I got into vinyl collecting.
Oh shit! Here we go.
So, two of my vinyls there, I got them boxed up for right now. But I just picked these up, and I'm going to pick up some more this weekend. I snagged this bad boy at my local record store in Springfield, Virginia.
Nice. I'm pretty sure Jack's. Look, funny enough, you can actually go to Third Eye. They actually got vinyls in there too.
At Third Eye, you know what? I do need to check out Third Eye.
Yeah, Third Eye has vinyls now. Lots of vinyls.
So while I got the Jackson's live album, this was sitting right behind it.
I'm pretty sure they got more than that too.
They did. Sure they do. Well, no, you remember I told you I got Bad 25. I got the vinyl for that.
Oh shit!
So that's the one I got put away. This one I just ordered off of Amazon, and this is my first official synthwave. Because y'all know, out of Three Black Geeks, out of all three of us, I'm the synthwave guy. My first official synthwave vinyl.
Nice.
Electric Youth, Inner World.
Gotta go with that.
This, if you've never heard of Electric Youth, for the love of God, look them up. They're on Spotify. They're awesome. Really good music. Matter of fact, if you ever seen the movie Drive, their songs are in it. Yeah, I'm going to be picking up some more vinyl this weekend.
Are you going to get the Mafia Definitive Edition?
I wasn't planning on it.
Oh no, I just saw that and stuff because I was looking at some of these upcoming games and stuff. I forgot that was a thing and stuff.
No, you know something I do need to get. Going back to my vinyl collection, I need to pick up the vinyl date. They're called data disc. I want to get the data disc for a chunk of video game soundtracks on vinyl.
I mean, I think there is a bunch of them on vinyl too.
There are. Shenmue is actually on vinyl.
Shit.
But a lot of that stuff they released in like limited quantity, so I'm kind of mad about that because Shenmue was on it. Was it Shinobi 3 was one. Streets of Rage 2. I am mad. I'm still kicking myself. I never picked it up on vinyl. They released it and I never bought it. I'm still kicking myself.
I actually listened to that soundtrack when I was out today on Spotify. I was like, oh shit, I forgot it's on Spotify.
Dude, Streets of Rage 2, that's such a good soundtrack. Amazing. I got
Forest is pretty underrated too.
4 is a good soundtrack. I mean, they did get like some new people in it as well as Yuzo Koshiro, but you're just not touching Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack. Period. I don't care who you are.
I mean, it's so. Before we go, so Gundam Extreme Maxi Boost on PS4. It's finally up for pre-order. So if you've been playing through the beta test like I have and stuff, I might end up copping that bad boy.
That's the not Maxi Boost Oni. Cause I'm thinking of the other Gundam. I'm thinking of that Gundam fighting game.
Yeah, Maxi Boost Oni. That's the one.
Okay, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. It's up for pre-order on PlayStation and stuff. I think it comes out in a couple of months, I believe.
Oh God, Mad Chocolate Game! I'm so mad. I'm so jealous of you. Yep. Yeah, it says right here. Just got into vinyl. I got some of those Data disc vinyl for okay prices. If they still got SOR 1 and 2, I'll buy them right now.
Oh wow!
No cap, I will buy them right now.
Yeah. So yeah, if you pre-order right now, you get the Gundam Barbados, Lupus Rex, and Operator Thesia from Battle Operations 2. So yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, but I would definitely, if you're into Gundam, jump on that and stuff because that's July 30th. Oh, so shit, that's fucking next week. God damn. Okay. I'm
yeah. Right now. Ah, God, why? Why is it gone? The freaking Streets of Rage 2 is sold out, but Streets of Rage 1 is available.
I can go on eBay and get that shit.
Man, I'm scared of them prices.
But yeah, man. Anyways, that is it for pressing buttons. This is fun. I will definitely probably beat Ghost of Tsushima probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll probably beat it and stuff and get a review going and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. You know what? Let me ask you this though. Again, before we go, do you see that game popping up on PC?
If Horizon made it to PC,
because Horizon on PC looks nice.
It does. It looks amazing, and I'm glad I got it. If Horizon was able to make it to PC, that would be more so up to Sucker Punch, because Sucker Punch developed this game, and it would really be up to Sucker Punch and Sony for them to say, "All right, we'll let it go to Steam," and call. I can see them doing it like maybe 2 or 3 years from now.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, because then again, they're very like. I mean, I don't think none of the Infamous games and Sly Cooper have been on PC. So
yeah, the Infamous games were never on PC. Sly Cooper definitely wasn't on PC.
So that would be a first for Ghost of Tsushima if it did.
Yeah, I mean, it would. I would be more impressed if they brought the Infamous games to PC, but thankfully that freaking 60 FPS patch was added to the PS4 Pro, so the game now runs at 60 FPS, which is nice. Therefore, no need to get it on PC, except maybe if I want to do some mods. But I'd be more than happy to play it if I can run it at a proper frame rate.
Yeah, I was just curious and stuff because it seems like Ghost of Tsushima would be ripe for like a PC fucking version.
I will say this: it needs to be on PC.
Yeah. But anyways, that's pressing buttons. We'll see you next time, probably for Ghost of Tsushima review or wherever else that we end up doing afterwards. So we will catch you guys. Peace.
Be on the lookout for more gaming news, y'all.
All right, peace.
Later.